clear for the first Danish rider, Rosemarie Hering, Ambition Gold. We go turn to Sweden, first rider, Smilla Gardiner, Clanlux Imp.
Well, we are with the second of the riders here in this Nations Cup competition. This, of course, is for our junior riders. Having watched that clear round from Rosemarie Hering and Ambition Gold, the first out for the Danish team sees the first out for the Swedish team now, because Smilla Gardiner, Clanlux IMP, just catching the first part of that combination. This partnership now just coming to this line, 5 down to 6, sitting back to pick out their stride for the parallel. Just to remind you, that time allowed sitting at 85 seconds. These three teams battling it out. Also just catching the double, jumping in. Lovely big ring here in Drammen. Ooh, just suddenly taking a real disliking to that fence. Backed off as they came around the corner. Now having another little look at fence number 10. No trouble on the second attempt. Now they're likely to just run into a little bit of trouble perhaps with the time. Yeah, they've just gone over with the stop. They jumped the water without any bother. And they come to the last. They picked up jumping in time for a total of 22, and that makes for a tough start for the team from Sweden, especially after watching Denmark jump that clear as the first to go. Well, Norway next up. Here they are. Ingrid Brooklund riding Arized. Under their chef de keep, Tony Andre Hansen. Looking after the junior riders here. So Norway looking to follow Denmark. Of course, Sweden, with 3 good combinations left in their team, have every chance to recover. But Norway now trying to sort of follow suit with Denmark and get a good opening round. Ooh, did well to keep their balance, sort of shifted all the way over to the left. Course designed by Anders Hafsgold. Jumping the same track in both rounds, and then if there's a tie at the top, that's when we'll look towards a jump off. A lot of jumping to go. Beautiful facility here, very popular. Riding with confidence down to the water, lovely stretch over that. And what a perfect start that is for the Norwegian team as well. Ingrid Bjørklund going clear on Arized, and that gives Denmark and Norway both 0 scores. Good strong foundations laid in building their scores here. Well, that's the opening rotation of riders. Now we move on to the second of the riders of each of the teams. Maja Sida, back with Denmark, Candela Vetras. Danish Warmblood goes next. Coming on a little bit of a circle, just having to keep the composure. Don't let the nerves get the better of them after a problem. Just allow the jumping to continue. Going to be an interesting outcome, this class. We've had clears, but the faults are there as well, and who can keep the bigger score discarded may end up in the best position at the end of this. Great to see so many people here watching, supporting. Final line. And that is elimination. So Denmark's second refusal with Maja Sida there. Kendela Virtas is gone with the second rider out. They could yet still finish on 0, but it means that whatever we get in terms of scores from their final two, Sophie Kondersen and Noah Brock, they are both counting scores. Now, Sweden really, in a weird way, in the same position, because with a 22 from their opening rider, they're not going to want to have to bring that into play. Therefore, whatever happens next will most likely count. Fanny Flynn and Unbreakable is the second rider for Sweden under the chef de keep, Anna Clara Pedersen. Just tipping the middle rail in that combination to move the Swedish team now onto a score of 4. Pincers, despite the size of this arena, do come up quite quick. You can see here even rolling back round the turn, and then suddenly the upright right there in front of you. Really positive. Three jumps left, including the water, which comes next. Fanny Frieden and Unbreakable try to keep it on the 4, and the 4 it'll be. So safely in on the clock. 4 is the score. 4 is the score for them and for the team. They can keep that 22 on the discard slate as it stands with 2 to go. Halfway through for Sweden, halfway through for Denmark, but now it's the turn of the home team here in Norway. This is Mathilda Christensen riding AKD Eclipse. Norway, who started strong with that clear from Ingrid Björklund and Ari Zed. Seems to be a long hold before the bell. Well, they get caught going into the combination. Now the Norwegian team will still be able to finish potentially on 0, which is a similar boat to Denmark, but now on 8. It's going to be one of those Nations Cups that's going to be very hard to predict. It'll all come together in the final round to really understand what the scores are. They could either end up being very good scores, or they could very easily go the wrong way. And there we go, 8 at the end for Mafia, Christensen and AKD Eclipse. So that 8 currently being held as a discard. Norway then, after 2 riders in each team, on a best potential outcome of 0. To achieve that, they need both the final riders to go clear. It's a similar position for Denmark. And Sweden at the moment at best could finish on a score of 4. So we are halfway through round 1. Another round to come a little later. Back to Denmark. Whatever happens, this score counts with that elimination, handicapping the team a little. But this now, Sophie Kondrasen riding Cougar 14. Already on the 8, make that 12. And all these fences going down, making a very big score for the Danish team. Well, 22 is the final mark, and that, as we know, for Denmark is a counting score, whereas Sweden had a 22, they're holding it as a discard. That is 22. Sweden next up, holding 22 as a discard. Still, though, could finish on a score of 4. Elsa third in, and Termelin next to go. Termelin 12:02. The Stallion, Swedish Warm Blood by Tornesh. Already on a score of 12, and we know that score's going to count.
And
Well,
16
16
falls for
has
Sweden.
the final score, and
Okay.
that, as I said a little
Norway.
earlier, this was going to be one of those Nations Cup with the way the scores are going, where things could very quickly go in one direction or the other, and despite everything so far, there is Sweden now on a best potential score in the opening round of 20, Denmark 22. That's after 3 riders. And you still have Norway that could, the home team, finish on 0. But to do that, they would need 2 more clears in this round. Either way, they'll be looking to try and keep as big an advantage as they can. Siri Edison next up. Quapo de Tutized goes next. Big round. Very well done so far. So halfway in, got the pony or the horse going in a nice balanced way. Turned up quite tight there. Oh, what a brilliant round that was. And that, for Siri Edison, on home soil will mean so much. So it's a brilliant round for Norway. I mean, Norway at worst now know that they're going to have 8 as a score at the end of this round. That's if they count the scores they've got. They could still finish on 0. Sweden, at best, will finish on a score of 20. And Denmark, who go next with their 4th and final rider, if this rider goes clear, their anchor rider, it will be a score of 22 for the Danish team. So Denmark having a real battle here with Sweden, but all these 2 teams can really hope for now is that something goes dramatically wrong for the Norwegian team, although they're in a strong position, knowing they at worst are going to be on a score of 8. So this, though, is Noah Brock, Price Dance, the last of the riders for Denmark. We start this 4th rotation of riders in round number 1. Splash. There was a foot in the water. 8 as the score to finish things off for Denmark. We know the 8 counts. It's 30 as the score. 30 the mark for Denmark. So certainly been difficult. Some of the riders in this junior category having struggled in different points, and it's certainly given us a real mix of scores.
For Sweden is 20 points.
Denmark, as I say, on a total of 30 for a team that started with a clear. Now, Sweden, a team that started with a score of 22, but at the moment it's still a discard and they're on 20. So now Carl Hugo Vestergren, riding de Garde des Greves, goes next, coming round to get this final round underway. In round one, of course, the whole second round still to come. Superb performance so far. Really concentrating on every stride. You can see the horse just playing with its head a little bit, coming around the corner. Over the last, and what a way to finish things off for that team from Sweden. They'll be delighted to see a clear round on the board. It goes to Carl Hugo and Dagara de Greves. It means the team finish on a score of 20. Keeps them 10 penalties clear of Denmark.
For Norway.
Well done, Sweden. So, to the home team, Norway. 2 clears and an 8. The 8 is held as a discard. Therefore, at the moment, Norway could finish on 0. To think it would give them a 20-fault lead going into the second round if that was the case. At worst, though, it'll be a 12-fault lead because the 8 penalties is the worst they will get added on. This is their last rider looking to try and give them that clear and that huge advantage. It's Yuval Hollydal riding Havana Heart. The last out for the Norwegian team. Tony Andre Hansen, the team chef to keep, will be over the moon with the way the riders are performing. And they come to the final line of fences. This will be such a big moment for the Norwegian team. I can promise you there's going to be a huge cheer. Oh no, there is a fault. They did put a foot in the water. Well, they leave all the fences up, but the foot goes in and it becomes a score of 4. But nevertheless, Norway with a 16 penalty lead going into the second round. Sweden in second and Denmark in third. Norway on 4, Sweden on 20 and Denmark on 30. So the home team certainly playing to the home advantage, looking ahead to that second round. We will now, of course, go on to see the individuals that take part in that individual competition before we look to the second round of the teams here in Norway. And they, just to confirm as well, the second round of the teams for the Junior Nations Cup will get underway at 4:30 local time. So in 35 minutes time. We'll be back with you for that.
Ok, da skal vi i gang med en juniorklasse individuell 1,40. Bedømmelse 2.38,21 og makstid 91 sekunder. Time allowed 91 seconds. First to go from Sweden, Elin Karlfeldt, Koltjart. Tolvfeilpoeng, Elin Karlfeldt og Colt Hart. Nummer 2, også for Sverige, Nora Andersson, Nilla van de Bishop. And 12 faults, 12 feilpoeng, Nora Andersson og Nilla van de Bishop. Norge kommer på start nummer 3, Emeline Pedersen og Kanajus. 29 feilpoeng til sammen der for Emeline Pedersen og Kanajus. Vi fortsetter med Norge. Number 4, Mikkel Fredin Nilsen og Ona Fante Herlichkeit. Åtte feilpoeng Mikkel Fredin Nilsen og Ona Fante Herlichkeit, men uansett i ledelsen. Fra Danmark kommer start nummer 6 from Denmark. Alberte Filusha Brynning Konradsen, Cuverdo. Da ble ekvipasjen eliminert. Vi skal rydde opp, og når det er gjort, skal vi ha til start nummer 7, også for Norge. Martine Berheim Skaar og Dion. Det er ingen feilfrie så langt. Det er Mikkel Fredin Nilsen som leder på 8 feilpoeng. Vennligst forlat banen. Leave the course, please, Alberte. 8 feilpoeng, Martine Berheimsgaard og Dion, og inn på andreplass så langt med det. Vi har en igjen, Carmen Andrea Viserød og Petit Papillon. Åtte feilpoeng, tiden 71,57, og gratulerer med seieren, Carmen Andrea Viserød og Petit Papillon. Topp 5 i denne junior 140-klassen. Carmen Andrea Viserød, Mikkel Fredin Nilsen, Martine Berheimsgaard, Nore Andersson og Elin Karlfeldt. Da har vi fått en topp 5 fra juniorenes individuelle 1,40. Og vinneren for Norge, Carmen Andrea Viserød og Petit Papillon. Og det er vår dommer fra Danmark, Nils Manke, som er ute og gratulerer. Og da, mine damer og herrer, nasjonalsangen. Carmen Andrea Viserød og Petit Papillon, vinnere av juniorene 1,40. Annenplass, også Norge, Mikkel Fredin Nilsen og Ona Fante Herligkeit. Tredjeplassen, også Norge, Martine Berheim Skaar og Dion. Så finner vi på fjerdeplass Sverige, Nora Andersson og Nilja van de Bishop. Og på femte også Sverige, Elin Kardfeldt Colt Hart. Da gratulerer vi, og så må vi få en æresrunde her også. Og først Carmen Andrea Viserød og Petit Papillon.
different high. Oh no, when you touch me, I get vulnerable in a different light. Oh no, are you too cynical to believe in a miracle that just slip through my hands? But could you take a chance on me? Can you forgive it all to believe in a miracle? Yeah, I put you through hell, but I'm asking you to believe in a miracle. To believe in a miracle. When you hold me, there's a place I go. It's a different high. Oh no, when you touch me, I get vulnerable in a different light. Oh no, are you too cynical to believe in a miracle that just slip through my hands? But could you take a chance on me? Can you forgive it all to believe in a miracle? Yeah, I put you through hell, but I'm asking you to believe in a miracle. To believe in a Thought I saw a man brought to light. He was warm, he came around, but he was standing fine. He showed me that it was to cry. Well, you could have been that man I adored. You don't seem to know or seems to care what your heart is for. I don't know him anymore. There's nothing where he used to lie. Our conversation has run dry. That's what's going on. Nothing's fine, I'm torn. I'm a lot of faith. This is how I feel. I'm bold and I am shamed. Lying naked on the floor. Illusion.
Well, here we go. It's time for the second round of jumping here in this Nations Cup competition. We are live with you in Drammen. We are with you in Norway. And it could be a very, very happy day for the home team if the first round has anything to go by here in this Youth Nations Cup competition. We are with the junior riders. And Norway with a huge advantage because they are 16 penalties clear of second place. Norway on 4, Sweden in second on 20, and then Denmark on a score of 30. There were some good rounds, there were some difficult rounds, but ultimately Norway have certainly got a stranglehold on this class at the moment. But this is show jumping. This is sport. Anything could happen, I guess. We'll see. The next to go This is Denmark. And Rosemary Hering, who started so well for the Danish team, they clear in round one. One of only 4 riders, in fact, to jump a clear in round one. There was 1 for Denmark, 1 for Sweden, 2 for Norway. Same course, as we can see, quite often can bring different challenges despite the fact that they're going over the same track. Doesn't make it any easier. Well, what a great
Clear
start
round,
to the
as in the
competition.
first round,
In the second
Rosemary
round, it
Hering,
is for the
Ambition
Danish
Gold.
team, because that is a clear, and it is a double clear.
Sweden's
Rosemary
first
Hering
rider,
and
Smilla
Ambition
Gardiner,
Gold, the Westphalian gelding,
and
going
Sweden carry
safely
20 faults.
round. That 10-year-old there jumping a beautiful double clear. So it's a great start for Denmark, just as it was in the opening round. Now Sweden. Now Sweden had a difficult start with Smilla Gardiner. The score of 22 was still the discard at the end of that opening round. But now try to find some improvement.
I'll smile, I know what it takes to fool this town. I'll do it till the sun goes down and all through the night time. Oh yeah, I'll tell you what you wanna hear. Keep my sunglasses on when
And again, just having a difficult moment coming round the corner because you're coming immediately away from the in-gate. And as you turn away from that in-out gate, you can easily fall foul of the horse just falling off your leg a little bit and then backing off. It's quite a solid looking fence as well. And that catching them just coming out of the double. And we'll see if the time has any impact. What you must do though is just not fall foul of these final 3 fences, which includes the water next. Tax that with great vigour. And the last has gone. There is time as well. So 13 as a score for Smilla Gardiner and Clan
13
Lux.
feilpoeng, 13 faults, Smilla Gardiner.
Still, congratulations to her,
er
because it is a
Norges,
little
første
improvement
rytter.
on
First
the
rider for Norway,
first
Ingrid
round
Sandheim
of jumping.
Bjørklund,
So
er i
they'll
set.
hopefully keep that as the discard. Next to go, Norway. Now, Norway, as we know, in charge. We had 2 of the 4 clears within their team, and this rider was one of those clears. They're first to go. Ingrid Bjørklund riding Ari Z. Nice jump over the water, and this, fingers crossed for the team, is what they needed. It is the home team that start with a double clear. Superb from Ingrid there and Ari Z to set them on their way to a perhaps a victory here in this Nations Cup competition. So thought Denmark winning in the ponies a little early. Could have been Norway in the juniors. Young riders still to come as well this afternoon. And then the children's category tomorrow. Maya Cedar now, second rotation of riders. Maya, who was sadly eliminated in the first round, now though looking to push on in round number 2 with Candela Virtas. First part of the combination as well. Going down to this double. Fingers crossed for them the water doesn't cause them any trouble this time round. It looks a much better round. They really got a lovely sort of balanced rhythm going. But the water again causing the main problem. And again, I don't think they're going to be able to jump it. They're not. Real shame for them. It's the second elimination for that rider of Maya Cedar and Candela Virtas. The water really has undone their chances today.
Neste lag Sverige. Second rider of Sweden, Fanny Fredén, Unbreakable.
Well, Fanny Fredén next up, Unbreakable. It's the turn of Sweden. 4 penalties in round 1 was the second best of the Swedish scores. It was an important score to help them along. They need it again, or better, but it will be at best 4. Second fence isn't one of the fences that's really caused any trouble. Although they've recovered from that early fence down and actually jumping as well as ever.
Well,
there we have it. 8 come the end.
For
which is
Sweden,
one more
second
down than they
rider
had in the
Fanny
first round, but
Florida.
Fanny Fidden there unbreakable with a counting score of 8.
Norway's second
So
rider
that
is
pushes the
next, start number
Swedish team
6.
on to
Mattea
a score
Amberg
of 28
Christiansen,
across
AKD
the 2 rounds. That's
Eclipse.
going to be their best
And
potential
Norway has
outcome.
a clear round from the first rider.
So we move on to the Norwegian team. The clear already on the board from Ingrid Brockland. Now it's Märta Amberg Christensen riding AKD Eclipse. 8 penalties in round 1. They actually were the discard score in round 1. So showing that they've got good strength throughout the quartet of horses and riders that they've chosen here. Certainly trying to make sure that they are on the top step of the podium here at home in Drammen. Coming round on the 4. They've got such a big advantage, though. Even if they have these fences down, it's not at the moment going to do anything to knock them off target. The gap has opened up, if anything. And 4 is the score for Norway then.
AKD Eclipse.
So
Then we start with the third riders from Denmark.
is
Start
a
number
score
7,
of
Sofie
4,
Perksen
which could
Konradsen.
yet still be a
Kruger.
discard, but it's an improvement. We're going back to Denmark. We're halfway through this second round of jumping. Sofie Parkson Konradsen now with Cougar. Now, these two picked up a score of 22 in the opening round, and sadly they couldn't discard it due to the elimination. And that is the same boat they're going to find themselves in this round as well. So Denmark having to count the scores of their last 2 riders. Again, having issues.
Den vil ikke det.
I have a feeling they're getting closer and closer to hearing the bell.
Og da har Danmark
Really
2
is
eliminerte ryttere. og
An
det
unfortunate
betyr
moment.
at
We will
laget
say goodbye
er eliminert.
to
Team is eliminated.
them with the elimination.
We go on.
And
Start
that
number
second
8,
elimination, of course,
Sweden's third
eliminates
rider,
the Danish
Elsa
team.
Turdin,
So it
Turmalin.
means there's just 2 teams left in play. And with this round, the Swedish team will go next. Elsa Turdin riding Turmalin 1202. Team's best potential outcome of 28. Big jump over the triple bar. Lovely little jump over the water. So gets to the last and jumps it, finishes on the 4. Sweden then go on to a team total of 32.
Elsa Turdin og Turmalin for Sverige.
That was Elsa Turdin, so 32 as a team score. Norway at the moment on a best potential outcome of 4. At worst, they're going to finish. Well, it'll depend what this round is, but they could and probably will win it with this round of jumping, because even if you count the 4 that's been held as a discard, it puts them on a score of 8 versus the 32. I mean, there's a huge margin here for this combination, and Siri Anderson didn't need any margin in the first round. She jumped to clear with Kwapo Ditutz. If they do that again, it's will carry them over the line. In fact, we've got about 6 fencers in hand, in all honesty. Oh, the last goes, but as I say, it won't disrupt their march to victory. They would have to end up with a serious problem, like a stop or an elimination perhaps. Coming down towards the water with 1 fence left to go on home soil. Here, could it be Norway's day? Of course, it is Norway's day. They win this Nations Cup because it moves them on to a team score of 8. That is their best potential outcome. At worst, it'll be 12. So with 3 riders over the line, it is done.
Carl Hugo Westergren, Dagada de Greves.
Now, Karagira Westergren, another of the clears from the opening round, looking to put a double clear in. Of course, we've lost Denmark elimination. This round becomes important because the team on a score of 32, they want to get, they could have just called it quits, but they want to try and give this young jockey the opportunity to pick up that double clear. Down to the last we come. So crossing the line on a final
Fallfritt
time, which is
for
safely
Carl
inside the
Hugo
clock. So there we have it. It
Westergren
is a clear, and
Dragana.
Carl Hugo Westergren jumps the double clear for Sweden. Really strong way to finish. The team won a total of 32.
Og de 20 fra
So
første
we're
omgang
drawn Norway.
gjør
We
at
know
Sverige
that is that,
ender på
and it is a home win for the
32
Norwegian team in this Nations Cup for the
Og,
junior riders.
lagleder
Congratulations
Tommy
to all of them.
André
Really,
Hansen, han har
really
valgt å
well
ikke
done.
sende ut sin,
We
fjerde
have
rytter.
another
Så da ender Norge
Nations
med
Cup still to
12
come today, though.
feilpoeng
We're not
og
done. We
seier.
are not done. We
Foran
will get
Sverige
underway
og
with the Young Riders
Danmark
Nations
på
Cup at 6
tredjeplass.
o'clock this evening. So what's that? Around about an hour and 10 minutes, and we go again with more action here from Drammen. We'll be back live with all of the action. In the meantime, I will leave you be with the presentation. Congratulations again. It's a home win in the juniors for the team of 4 here in Norway.
Just touch me till I can get my satisfaction.
Push me and then just touch me till I can get my satisfaction. 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 Satisfaction.
Push me and then just touch me till I can get my satisfaction.
Somebody's watching me, and
Da har vi fått inn lagene fra Agria nasjonsåpning for juniorer. Og vi har et vinnerlag vært under myndig ledelse av Tony André Hansen. Norge! Kun 12 feilpoeng. Og det er Foreign Church Nils Manke som skal ut og presentere. Og det norske laget, Ingrid Sandhei Bjørklund er i sett. Mathea Omberg Kristiansen, AKD Eclipse. Siri Endresen, Capo di Tutti. Og Ylva Høydal, Havana Hart. Og som sagt, lagleder Tony André Hansen. Og for den prestasjonen så reiser vi oss for nasjonalsangen. Vinnere av Agria Junior Nasjonscup Norge. Second på annenplass Sverige. Lagleder er Anna Clara Pettersson. Og rytterne er Smilla Gardiner med Clan Lux. Fanny Fridén Unbreakable. Elsa Turdin Turmalin. Og Carl Hugo Westergren Dagada de Grevi. Og Sverige de endte med 32 feilpoeng i Agria Nasjonscup. På tredjeplass så finner vi Danmarks lag. Lagleder det er Ulrik Kjær. Og det er Rosemarie Hering Ambition Gold, som var første rytter på laget. Så har vi Maja Seder Candela Veritas. Tredje rytter Sofie Pørksen Konradsen og Kogar. Og ankermann Noah Jøstbrokk Price Dance. Da har vi delt ut det som skal i Agria Nasjonscup, og så gjør vi klar til en æresrunde med vinnerlaget først. Norge først i æresrunden. Norge, Ingrid Sandhei Bjørklund, Mathea Omberge Kristiansen, Siri Andresen og Ylva Hørdal.
She got married to a boy like you. She'd kick you out if she ever knew about all the you tell me that you do. Dirty, dirty boy. You know everyone is talking on the scene. I hear them whispering about the places that you've been and how you don't know how to keep your business clean. Mommy, don't go, daddy's getting hot at the body shop, doing something unholy. He's sat back while she dropping it. She be popping it, then she put it down slowly.
Da banen klar den for ungerytterne. Gjelsten Holding Nations Cup. For young riders, the course is open.